The overall point for me is this: it's a white woman's show. She's the governor, and for me, it shouldn't be black women.
There's a racism, brother.
Can I just say something, right? I was the manager for Stagecoach in Barking, right? All of the bus drivers, most of the bus drivers are black. You know who owns the company? A white person. Do you know how many? Do you know how many bus drivers are there? Most of the bus drivers are black. Art Stagecoach, so they know me from Stagecoach Barking, right? There was not a lot of black managers there. So yes, if you want to say that Pearl is the owner of the company, yes, but so was Brian Suter.
No, the imagery. Let me state the whole thing. The imagery of her being there and being able to talk down. So, for instance, if it was your show and you was governing it and you was talking down to black women, you was putting them in their, not talking down, but you were putting them in their place, especially as an elder and as an elder black woman with experience, and you was the one doing the whole show, no problem. I'm just saying from my perspective, I have a big issue with her being the way she is, the way she talks about, black people and slavery in general. And when anyone tries to bring in the fact it's different for her because she's white, and then she kind of dismisses it. But the whole thing is her being the visual overseer, I should say, of the show, and that going out. So the continuous point of her being able to disrespect.
Can I just say something, right?
Because she's a white woman.
You got a lot of people out there, right?
1 second, Artie, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
The charge is because she's a white woman and she's got black people on the show, namely black women, and maybe the black women are chatting some kind of fuckery, yeah? And she's taking it upon herself to correct them. The visuals of it feel racist to you, but it's not actually what Pearl is saying or doing. It's the visuals to you. So can we just say that? Can we not just whittle this down to your perception and your lenses rather than the actual people involved?
No, because I've given you context, and you love to isolate it to simple.
You're not, brother. You're giving me scenarios. You're giving me scenarios. You've even used this lady, Artie. In a scenario, and she just batted it right out the park and said, "Wow, this is nonsense." The woman was chatting fuckery about she don't know what a woman is, right? So obviously
not at all, because you misrepresented what I said. I didn't say it was the LGBT issue. I made it very clear.
No. What you said was about the response of Pearl to seeing two black women going at each other. Yeah, and you mentioned facial expressions and whatnot, and now Artie has now clarified that actually anyone would have had a response like that because the woman was chatting fuckery.
Not about that.
Now you're talking about 1 second, brother. Now you're talking about the optics and rare. And if it was a black woman, then and as soon as you say if it was a black woman, but the behavior doesn't change between the black woman and the white woman, then it becomes your paradigm issue.
No, it doesn't. Because when you continuously see, and people that deal with media know this, if you continuously show a certain group behaving in a certain way towards each other, then obviously they're going to be imitated by the young and even by the older people. That's how it came to the situation we're in right now.
That has nothing to do. If black people come on my panel all the time and act a fool, am I racist?
Bro, you're black. You're black, Jedi. Jedi, you're black. There's a difference. Black.
One more question.
Jedi misses out.
One more question. Listen. Hello.
Yeah, go on.
If I have black people coming on my panel all the time acting a fool, I'm not racist because I'm black. Now let's make
that's a silly comparison.
Brother, you literally just said because you're black.
Black, that's not what I said, brother.
Would I be racist?
I said it, Jedi.
All right, well, I don't know why you asked. Are you okay? Cool. This is where
I'm saying. I've given the background.
Chill out, breathe. I'm sure you can hear. Somebody else interjected. I thought it was you, and this is the problem when people talk when they shouldn't. It brings confusion. So I'm asking you again. I have black people on my panel that come on and act a fool almost on a daily basis. Am I racist, Issa?
If you had a podcast,
am I racist? Yes or no? Quickly, man.
Your show. No. Now what?
All right. So wait now. Second question: if I was white, doing the exact same things that I do now, and black people were on constantly, daily, acting a fool, would you deem me as racist?
Not necessarily, because it's a YouTube podcast.
So we've now got to the crux of what I'm trying to explain to you.
No comparison whatsoever. No comparison. It's specific to the manosphere. It's specific to the manosphere. She's a white woman in which they specifically disrespect black women. The comparison you gave is rubbish and ridiculous.
Bro, can I say something?
Is there an example of how she disrespects black women?
Please.
Are you serious?
1 second, Rick. I'll let you in next. Aunt Jenny wants an example.
She's spoken down to black women many times, okay? And that's fine. I'm saying within the context of a conversation, let's say if it wasn't online, and let's say she didn't have the knowledge and background of how business and imagery and representation works, okay? But because I'm sure she knows this, then continuously
that's what she's asked for.
Does she speak different to white women?
No, she doesn't. She speaks the same to all of them.
Okay.
So why does a black one affect you so much, from?
Because I say it again, brother. Why do you, as you lot, listen? The background. She's a white American. Her dad's a millionaire. They're in business. Maybe I should list this every time I speak.
What does that, bruv? Okay, cool. Bruv, 1 second. Because I've been listening to you, and like. I mean, no disrespect. I got respect for you, and I don't know you, because I give respect to people that only can lose it in it. And I gotta tell you this with all honesty, bro. Nothing what you've said have makes sense to me, bro. Most likely, you just try to create division, bro. And division can come from anyone, bro. It doesn't matter what your skin tone is, bro. And that's why I keep on trying to show people, fam. You keep on going back to the fact of white millionaire and all that stuff. What does that have to do with our father being?
I'll tell you, it's got a lot to do with it, man. What's wrong with this guy, man? It's got a lot to do with it, man. What are you talking about?
Please let me finish.
Listen.
I'll say it again, bro.
Tony, let me just explain it for him because he missed it. Rick, listen carefully, please.
No, bro. No,
hold on, Rick, because you keep repeating the same thing. So let me explain it slowly. If your dad is a businessman millionaire,
mine is. No,
hold on, because you missed it.
No, I'm telling you.
All right, wait, Rick, give him a chance to live it. Sorry, Rick. Yeah, thank you for your patience, and Auntie Jenny, thanks for holding on for a sec. Issa, please go and be concise for me, please, brother. Okay. We've got a lot of people on the panel.
Yeah, sorry. So, Rick, if your dad is a white millionaire and he made that million after he married your mum, right? Then he's, they generally would have certain newspapers, there'd be certain conversations, etc. You've got examples of business. When you're going into a certain business like she learned about YouTube, one of it from her ex-boyfriend. Okay, so she knows about camera angles, imagery, how the public takes it, how to edit things in a certain way to make it look the way you want it to look. So clearly, remember, she was called just or white pearly things before, right? It was white pearly things. Then it changed to just pearly things. So she's very aware about her whiteness, right? Especially in contrast to blackness. I'm saying when it comes to business deals where your heart is kind of cold, I understand that, the capitalism, you generally would look to see who I can use to get where I want to go. And I'm saying at first I could see maybe she's down with black people and so on. But then when I learned about her knowledge of, in business, the world, and her continuously not seeking to learn more about the black people that she's working with, that together lets me know, brother, she don't give a damn about us. And every time there's some situation on our show in which black women try to explain, like Melanie King, try to explain how white people have treated black people in a certain way. So the feminist movement was actually an anti-black movement, and they went to destroy the black family. Melanie King explained with the Vogue magazine. None of this did Pearl pick up and say, you know what, I want to go into that further. Okay? She didn't say, well, let's discuss that so we can actually see what the issues are in the black community, especially with the black women. She didn't go with that further. So there you go.
Brother Jeddah, with all due respect, can we move on to ask Auntie Jenny some proper questions? Because this is just weak. This is weak. Okay. This is really just weak.
I'll mute up.
You lot that jump on with emotion and no logic.
No
evidence.
Wow.
You lot jump on with emotion, no logic, no evidence. When it comes to a clear and concise conversation, you start becoming unstuck. And I believe personally, as a black man, that you guys are doing a disservice to our collective struggle and plight. Because when we draw for the race card, we got to make sure that it's razor sharp and it chops off head. It can't be blunt and made of paper. Yeah, and when you dash it at people, it just land on their shoulder and drop on the floor. They don't even notice it. When you're throwing race card, you have to make sure you're decapitating. Yeah, it's not a joke thing. Yeah, but yeah, man, because we're so emotionally triggered, and we get manipulated by our emotions, we're not doing the due diligence it takes for us to knock this out of the park. I'm expecting articulate brothers, on the panel to clearly show us, because I believe that there is ability to show us anything. Even if you wanted to make up that she's racist, there's a way for you to word it where it's more convincing. Right about now, it's just like...
Big man, as I said, my man just make a valuable point. From a business point of view, if a content is boring, no one wants to speak about it. So from a business point of view, she don't want to speak about it. It's boring. It's not going to make her money.
That's what
What did you just say? Rick, are you saying if she spoke about that black issue?
Big man, I'm saying if she thinks it's not going to make her money, she's not